twin sisters attacked by a man who tried to flirt with them inside a Brooklyn deli.
A witness on scene says some guys were hanging out at the store, hitting on the group of girls who just walked in.
One of the guys had complimented the two girls that had walked in with their friends, and they said no.
The groups started going back and forth arguing before one of the men walked down the block angrily, according to witnesses. Minutes later, one of the men in his 20s, they say, came banging and kicking on the bodega doors, with the girls still inside.
All right, y'all. We're about to talk about this tragic situation with two twins in Brooklyn, New York, simply just going to a deli to get some food. And something that happens a lot, because I got a lot of things to talk about, but something that happens a lot to women of all ages. It's the simple advance of a guy that a woman doesn't want. If she doesn't respond properly or doesn't lie properly, you know, give him a fake number or whatever, a simple advance from a guy that she, you know, turns down can turn around and cause her life. And this is something that I don't think a lot of men either know or are aware of, or either they don't care, you know. And just the mindset of so many men now, especially on YouTube, is always this anger or hatred towards women. So it's like, it's almost in their minds justified sometimes, where it's like, oh, these women, these 304s, I bet you would go give him your phone number, instead of just being like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, you know, sorry to, all right, and you know, going about your business. This young woman lost her life, and then this young woman's twin sister now has to go through life without her twin. So what's up, Yoselin? So I need everybody to jump in the chat, say what's up, drop your city in the chat, and we got to talk about this, man. We got to talk about this because this is super sad. Let me make sure everything is running right. All right, Facebook, put a 1 in the chat. Facebook is looking, something's wrong with Facebook. Facebook, put a 1 in the chat. I just want to make sure I didn't lose Facebook. Drop your city in the chat. And Facebook, put a 1 in the chat in particular. I want to make sure, because Facebook, okay, Facebook is on. Okay, just making sure, because it's not showing up in my thing. Okay, just want to make sure Facebook is running, because I started streaming a little late. All right, so here we go, man. This is something that is super tragic, and nobody is talking about it. I want y'all to think about this. Nobody seems to be talking about this, and I wonder why. Because nobody can blame women in this situation. A lot of these men love just sitting around blaming women. These 304s, these women are these modern women. Okay, what about these modern men? What about these modern men? So here we go. Hit the like button, hit the like button. Drop your city in the chat. Let's go. Especially the New York people. I want to talk to the New York people. Like, how difficult is it in Buffalo and in even in Raleigh, North Carolina, different places where women walk to the 7-Eleven? Because in Atlanta, we don't really walk nowhere. So we don't really have this issue. Yeah, in the Bronx, like women who actually have to walk down the street or walk 3-4 blocks to go to a bodega and go get food. Like, how do you feel? Men and women, how does it feel? What do you see? What have you seen that would just have you like, wow, this is crazy? Because that's what we need to talk about. Because in Atlanta, we don't really walk nowhere. I'm gonna get in my car and drive to the store, get out my car, and if I see some people outside the store, since I'm in my car, I can just drive somewhere else. But if you're walking 2 blocks to a bodega, it's people everywhere. So it's like, you gotta get something to eat or either walk back home with no food, you know? So yeah, it's really bad. This is what's happening in New York. Exactly. But yeah, I want to hear y'all stories, man. And all right, so listen to this.
Twin sisters attacked by a man who tried to flirt with them inside a Brooklyn deli.
A witness on scene says some guys were hanging out at the store, hitting on the group of girls who just walked in.
One of the guys had complimented the two girls that had walked in with their friends, and they said no.
The groups started going back and forth arguing before one of the men walked down the block angrily, according to witnesses. Minutes later, one of the men in his 20s, they say, came banging and...
Hold on. Yoselin said she was followed last night. Golly, last night? Oh my God. What's up, Terica? All right, Terica said the likes are low. Thank you, Terica. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button and share this video. I hope everything is going well on Facebook, but Facebook is acting stupid. So everybody on Facebook, this is about a safety thing. Share this video. Everybody watching, share this video because I don't really know what the heck is going on Facebook. All right, so share this video, y'all. All right, because Yoselin said she was followed last night. Golly, man. Because what women go through is a lot, and what we men go through, like you know, men have all our issues or whatever, but we gotta stop. I'm being shadow banned. Alexis, I think that's what's going on Facebook. Either I'm getting shadow banned on YouTube or getting shadow banned on Facebook. Golly, man. But we got to keep going. Got to keep going. It is what it is. Now I'm getting shadow banned on Facebook. Appreciate you, Alexis.
Kicking on the bodega doors with the girls still inside. Workers locked the door until he walked away again. When they unlocked the doors, that's when the attack happened.
A guy in all black had in her neck and the other in her arm and ran,
leaving the knife he used right there on scene. Officials expect Samyya's twin sister to be okay.
Mourning the loss of 19-year-old Samyia Spain. Detectives say a man fatally stabbed her outside this bodega on the corner of St. Mark's Place and 4th Avenue in Park Slope early Sunday morning.
So the young woman's name is Samyia Spain. So I think there's a website called Justice for Samyia Spain. And what makes this situation even worse is this young lady was a twin. So not only does she leave a family behind that loves her, but now she has a twin sister where every time she looks in a mirror, she's reminded of her twin sister that lost her life for simply rejecting a man's advances. And you know, and I know men, y'all have y'all struggles and y'all complain, oh, it's hard for men. And bro, it's hard for women because we men, we ain't got to worry about losing our lives because a woman, we don't like a woman and she turns around and does something to us. We ain't got to worry about that. That's not even on our minds. But for a woman, literally every day of her life, especially if she has to walk somewhere, she's in Brooklyn or the Bronx or somewhere out in New York somewhere, like you gotta walk to wherever you gotta go, and all you really have to do is run across a dude that wants to holler at you, and you turn around and say no, you can lose your life. No man has to deal with that. And if any man turns around and says his struggle is harder than women, he's lying. We ain't got no type of struggles that are like this. This is sad. I ain't never had to turn a woman down and she stabs me. This is not something that happens to men ever. You could be in a relationship and a woman stabs you, but not rejecting her advances. This girl was just at a bodega.
Pieces of yellow police tape could still be seen left hanging outside the bodega Sunday afternoon, just a few hours after that gruesome attack. According to a witness who did not want to show their face on camera, Spain and her 19-year-old sister rejected a man's advances, which led to an argument. The man allegedly left the store, came back acting erratic. The witness claims to have been at a party with the sisters moments earlier. Cell phone video shows commotion and what appears to be a group of people arguing inside the bodega before that stabbing. The two women were taken to a nearby hospital, but sadly, Spain could not be saved. Her sister, who detectives have not identified, is still recovering from her injuries. Now, as family and loved ones piece together a tragedy that will forever change their lives, they're remembering a young life lost too soon.
That's it, yeah.
This is a guy who allegedly did something.
Men.
So there's some, I want to offer some tips. I want to drop the link also if somebody wants to come up and share. I want to hear from women. Like, ladies, have you dealt with this? Have you dealt with just rejecting a man's advances? Now a man is trying to assault you, or you're in the middle of a horror movie all of a sudden, simply because you don't want to deal with a man's advances. So I just dropped the link to my card game, and I also dropped the link to that wasn't no real. What do you mean that wasn't no real? Oh, that wasn't no real man. Okay, I got you. But yeah, I just dropped the link. If anybody wants to come up and just share tips or share your experiences with what these dudes are out here doing, because I just want to help. I just want to help my community, and I don't know if Facebook is messing up or whatever, but I'm just here to help y'all. I'm just okay. Not here in Texas. Stephanie said not here in Texas. You know why? Because everybody got blickies in Texas. That's a fact. That is a fact. So that's one thing I want y'all to think about, y'all. Stephanie said they don't have those problems in Texas. And there's a simple reason why, because guess what? Everybody got blickies. So you turn around and pull on a woman's jacket a little too much in Texas, you could turn around and get shot. That dude will get the electric chair. Yeah, and the girl was 19, man. Just walking to the store. So this young lady is going to give a tip on what women should do when they're being pursued by a dude at a gas station.
Men do not know how to take no for an answer. If you straight up tell them no, they will not leave you alone. So I want all the girls, especially if you are a New Yorker, where it's really dangerous right now, to please make a fake account for unwanted approaches. This is mine. As you can see, know about where I'm from, where I go to school. Fake name, that is me in the picture, but it's really zoomed out. It also solves the issue of they be like, my phone is dead, let me get your phone and follow myself. Follow them off the fake page. The page is private, so you could just block them or just leave them on the page after. It doesn't really matter because the page should not connect to your real Instagram at all. Also, my heart goes out to these girls and their family. One of them did pass away, and they're my age. I cannot imagine losing my twin in a situation like this. Like, it's so sad all around.
See, stories like this is why ever since I can remember, those certain guys who you feel like ain't gonna take rejection real good, you just give them like fake information. And I'm in my 40s.
So I want to go back to what this young lady was saying right here. Like, is this something that anybody like? Is this something that you could do as a woman? So what's up, Alexis? You there?
Hey, I'm here.
Hey. So I'm gonna play this again, and I want to talk about what this woman said because this don't seem like it's hard to do.
Tell them no, they will not leave you alone. So I want all the girls, especially if you are a New Yorker, where it's really dangerous right now, to please make a fake account for unwanted approaches. This is mine. As you can see, know about where I'm from, where I go to school. Fake name. That is me in the picture, but it's really zoomed out. It also solves the issue of they be like, my phone is dead. Let me get your phone and follow myself. Follow them off the fake page. The page is private, so you could just block them or just leave them on the page after. It doesn't really matter because the page should not connect to your real Instagram at all. Also, my heart goes out to these girls and their family. One of them did pass away, and they're my age. I cannot imagine losing my twin in a situation like this. Like, it's so sad all around.
See stories like this.
So, Alexis, what do you think about one, this whole situation, but altogether, what do you think about what the girl said as a way of fighting this problem?
Okay, well, I'll answer your first question. So, regarding the entire situation, I would say that this actually happens a lot more than what we see. It's just not always
Talk about it.
physically violent too. Like it may not get to the point of a stabbing, but it gets to a point where like a woman is being followed to her car. Like men don't know how to take no for an answer. If you say, I have a man, is what that mean? Like it's
Yeah.
just a constant, So I would say in my experience, and I'm not making excuses for how women treat men, but I notice now that a lot of women don't even smile at men because it's like if you come off too friendly, then they
Yeah.
expect something from you. But then if you look bitchy, then get mad that you don't want to talk to them. So it's like there's really no in between, honestly. But regarding what the girl said, I do think that is a good idea as far as social media. However, a lot of men like they just want your number, and it's like at that point you give them a fake number, then they try to call it right then and there. So it's just really hard because it's like you just have a flat out no, then you have situations like that. Or like if you're being around the bush with it, then they just expect more and just causes irritation. So ultimately we have to just talk to our sons about taking rejection well.
Um, you said something just a second ago. You said, I'm not taking away from what men go through. What made you say that part? What's up,
Because
Rachel? What made you?
um I'm gonna say that well, what I would meant in particular is I'm not making excuses for how women treat men. Because I do think a lot of women are just have an attitude with men, like they just are really standoffish with men. And I'm not making excuses for that. I do think it's wrong in a way because I've heard circumstances where men say, "Yeah, don't even smile at us." And I get both sides. It's like if we come off too friendly, we put ourselves in a really bad situation because men expect something from us, and then when they don't get it, then it can cause situations like that.
Yeah. So, because the reason why I brought that up is because I don't want to make it seem like women have to be nice to men. It will be nice to be nice to men, but y'all don't have to do nothing. So all of this smiling to men at a gas station, if you don't want to, you don't have to. So forget what all these dudes are saying, because at the end of the day, rejecting a man's advances has to be with body language also. You could be cordial, but simply smiling at a man or making eye contact with a man would make a man try to holler at you or make a man not, give up on trying to get your phone number.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to put out there, ladies, you don't have to smile and all this other stuff if you don't want to. Do what you need to do to protect yourself from an aggressive man trying to get at you. But go ahead. But that's the
Yeah.
first thing.
And it's really crazy because this is not it's not talked about. Like I said, this happens a lot more often than we see. It's not often like a stabbing or a killing or someone being physically hurt. But in my experience, like when I'm at a gas station, I'm just a smiler. I smile at everybody. So I guess the guy got a wrong impression. I was at a quick trip, and he waved, I waved, we smiled at each other. And next thing I know, he showed me his dick out of nowhere, so it's things like that as well. It's like they get the wrong impression. And then let's say, for an example, a woman is not showing interest in a man, like maybe via text. Sometimes we get like random dick pictures because it's like, how dare you not talk to me? Like, so it's just like a lot of unwanted aggression when we just give like whenever we're standoff, it's just unwanted aggression in many ways, sexually, verbally, physically.
So, how do you deal with that other than just a smile or whatever? Like, do you have any thoughts? Because you're in the military. Like,
Hmm.
what are your thoughts on dealing with this? Like, what would you do? Like, what would you do?
I mean, what I would do probably isn't legal, but
I'm just
um,
saying, don't say nothing crazy, but like, because the thing about it is, some women just don't know, and what would you do?
um, I mean, okay, you know me personally. I'm not an aggressive person by any means, but I have no problem protecting myself if you catch my drift. Like I think every woman should have something to protect themselves, whether that's mace, taser, a firearm, whatever. And I'm a firm believer in that. And I have all of those things if it ever gets to that point. But ultimately, that's a great question because I honestly don't know, like, what can we do? Because it's like, what can you do? And I think a lot of times women are also just shocked because it's like, I know you did not just pull out your genitals. So it's like, what do you do in that situation? You can't shoot them. I mean, you can't tase them. So it's like, what do you do?
Okay, so because that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, it's a what do you do situation. So Yoselin, you said you was just followed yesterday.
Yes, I was followed last night. I was walking to a friend's house and I was walking minding my business. The guy walked by me and then I didn't look back at first initially, but how I realized that he was following me was because I heard the building door behind me open and
Okay.
close. And he was behind me because when I walked by him, he was like singing or rapping a song. I'm not sure what he was doing. But when I walked by him and then I realized that he was following me after he came into the building. I guess he thought that I was gonna take the elevator. I jogged up the stairs. He pretended to take the elevator. He let the elevator go up to the sixth floor. And then I knocked on my friend's door, the doorbell. I didn't see him behind me or anything like that. Maybe I would say like less than 5 minutes that I was into the apartment, the guy came knocking on my friend's door. And I was like, oh my God, like that's crazy. Like, but I right away knew that he was following me right away
Yeah.
as soon as he came into the building. Because when I walked by him, he already had passed my friend's building. So I know
Hmm.
that he doubled back and he followed me into the building because he seen the door was open. You know what I'm saying? He was ready to either tackle me into the apartment or I don't know what he was doing. But
Yeah.
he came and he knocked on the door. That's what flabbergasted me the most because it's like, how did he know that I came to this door,
Right.
particularly this door? So that's why I was like, okay, then I knew right away like he was following me. I'm always,
Right.
like aware of my surroundings. You always have to be aware of your surroundings because you don't know, what could happen. Now, as far as this situation, notice how every time something like this happens, it's always a group of people. Like it's always a guy that's with a group of guys. You notice
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also like the girl that got hit with the skateboard in the face. Do you remember that video?
I remember.
Yeah, the girl that got hit with the skateboard. It was with a guy that she rejected his advances, and he was in front of his friends, so he hit her.
Yeah.
All of this is just ego. All
Yeah.
of this is ego because like everybody's seen, like, oh, he got rejected. Now he's thinking in his head like, oh my God, I got rejected in front of my friends. There's an ego thing. It's
Mhm.
sad that she had to lose her life over that, but it's all an ego thing. That's all it
And
is.
And the problem with this ego thing is we don't view women as people. Sometimes we view women opportunities,
Yep.
you know, or making a sale or something. And if somebody rejects my advances, I gotta make myself look like I'm not hurt by what just happened. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
because
So
because because I'm sorry, because I know that I have rejected advances plenty of times, and I have never had this happen to me ever in my life. But every
yeah.
time that I'm either followed or somebody tries to like talk to me, they always by themselves. It's never like in a group of guys. Never. That's never. I've walked by group of guys before, but they've never really tried that. It's
Mhm.
always one person that tries to talk to me, and then I reject them, and I keep it pushing. That's never has happened to me before, ever. So
Yeah.
I just thank God for that. But
So
yeah.
Alexis, if you were in New York where you can't have a gun walk into a bodega, what would you do then?
Oh, that's a great question. Honestly, I would love to say like I would hope that there was good Samaritans around that would help. But then again, it's like it's just an unfortunate situation, I'm just thinking about the two girls. It's like honestly, what can you do at this point? Because we're by nature, we're the weaker vessel. We're physically weaker than men anyway. So it's already limited options as it is.
Mhm.
So it's really hard situation. Like, what can you do? You don't have time to call the police. The only thing that we can do is hope and pray that there are people around that can help.
All right, so let's get back into this video because I appreciate y'all coming up here because like I have daughters of my own, right? And I'm not around to protect them all the time. And I'm just glad I'm in Atlanta and my kids can, they can have weapons, we're free to somewhat protect ourselves here. There's a stand your ground law. So because my kids shoot you with no problem. But at the end of the day, um that's not always the answer, and that's not always the solution. Sometimes you just want to diffuse the situation and not just pull a gun out and be like, get away from me. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, the fear that the typical woman actually has to feel by just simply walking to the store is disgusting. So going back, and for anybody who didn't hear what this young lady said, oh yeah, that was the next question. Is this a viable tactic? So I'm gonna play it again, and I want to ask y'all, is this a viable tactic that will help?
Will not leave you alone. So I want all the girls, especially if you are a New Yorker where it's really dangerous right now, to please make a fake account for unwanted approaches. This is mine. As you can see, know about where I'm from, where I go to school. Fake name. That is me in the picture, but it's really zoomed out. It also solves the issue of they be like, my phone is dead. Let me get your phone and follow myself. Follow them off the fake page. The page is private, so you could just block them or just leave them on the page after. It doesn't really matter because the page should not connect to your real Instagram at all. Also, my heart goes out to these girls and their family. One of them did pass away, and they're my age. I cannot imagine losing my twin in a situation like this. Like, it's so sad all around.
See, stories like this is why ever since I can remember, those certain guys who you feel like ain't gonna take rejection real good, you just give them like fake information. And I'm in my 40s. I can remember doing this back in my clubbing days in my 20s. The guy come off kind of aggressive, you'll give him the wrong name, wrong number. You just block him later because you want to live and go home. So these twins, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing their names right.
So, oh, hold on, Alexis. All right. So, what do y'all think about that tactic? And it's really sad when you got to create an alternate Instagram page. But what do y'all think? Or any
Uh,
other?
well, I believe. I mean, I think that's a good tactic. But
Mhm.
then it also depends too on where you live and where the person lives. Because how I think is, okay, I do this, but then what if I see him again?
Oh,
Yeah. What if I see him again? You don't know what somebody's thinking. You don't know like how they're gonna react once I guess they realize you either blocked them or whatever.
Yeah.
People are demented. You know what I'm saying? Like what if like the guy lives in your area, but you don't know that he lives in your area? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you see
Right.
him again. So it's like, and then it's still problematic. It's a good tactic, don't get me wrong, but it's still kind of problematic a little bit, in my opinion.
And if he's at the store, most likely he does live in your area.
Right.
Exactly. Hmm.
I
Go ahead.
agree. I agree with I agree with her 100%. Like we if we live in these small neighborhoods, excuse me, then we're more than likely, you see the same people at the same corner store at the same time on the same days. So
Yeah.
that is true. And I do think it's a good tactic as far as the Instagram, maybe like if you're out at a club, but then again, like I said, a lot of guys, they don't want your Instagram. They're like they want your number. Like I've seen videos of that before where men are saying, y'all don't even trust us to give us your number. And like, well, we can't. Like people are crazy, but they
Yeah.
don't even want our Instagrams. They literally want our numbers and they will call the number right there to see if they have the right number. And it's just scary. Like it's sad and scary that we even have to have these discussions on what to do in these situations because it's happening so much.
So, okay. So one of the put myself in the position of a young woman. Um, it's hard. I can't even imagine. Rachel says give them a Google Voice number. That's a good idea. So Rachel says give them a Google Voice number. I've had to give fake age status. So Rachel, you said fake age status? Golly, like just the amount of tactics y'all gotta have to simply go buy a sandwich. I want y'all to think about this for a second. These women got to go through all of this to buy a damn sandwich. To buy a sandwich. And you got to come up with a fake Instagram page and a fake number or Google Voice number. Then you got to remember the Google Voice number because they're going to call the phone right while you standing in the damn store. Like, golly. All right. Shit, man. Well, let me go a little past this situation. All right.
So the deli was packed, or a lot of people was there. He got so aggressive that the owner kicked him out and locked the doors behind him. He left walking off angry. He came back banging on the door trying to get in. He couldn't get in because the door was locked. He left again. And then when he left, the owner unlocked the door so that people could leave. And when he unlocked the door, the guy ran in and then attacked the two girls, stabbing one in the chest and the other in the arm. And the one stabbed in the chest didn't make it. Now, he was drunk. He ran off. They still haven't found him as of yet. But there's so many videos and pictures of him. I'm sure they'll find him soon. Look, if a guy try to holler at you and you feel threatened, give the boy your number. You can block him later. If he follow you on social media, he wants you to follow him back, follow him. You can unfollow him later. Man, this is just heartbreaking. And she's a twin, so imagine living your whole life with this person and now you living the rest of it without them. And she was 19. She don't get to live the rest of her life. That's sad.
So yeah. So hold on. I got some more stuff to share with y'all. But first, the main thing I want y'all to pay attention to is how they went to the store, right? And they had a guy try to talk to him. And the biggest problem in this situation is this. The guy got mad and somebody pushed them out of the store and they were safe for a second. They were safe. The guy locked them out of the store. But the problem is when he opened the door and let them out, the dude was still outside. So think about this. You go to a store, reject a guy's advances. He acts a fool. The store owner locks him out the door. He starts kicking the door. Do you call the police? Do you sit in the store waiting on the police? And here's another thing. Do you call your daddy or your uncle, your big brother? Your dad, come out there. Next thing you know, your dad gets shot. Your uncle gets stabbed or something. And now you like, at least you're safe, but now you got to deal with your dad laying on the ground because your dad is like, some old person or whatever, just trying to protect his daughter. Or, so it's like, what do you do? Do you sit in the store and call the police? What if somebody says, man, you're just overreacting? It's not that big of a deal. All because you just want to buy a sandwich. Like, is it really that serious to actually have to call the freaking police to escort you home? And the thing about it is, you got to do this every day? Because like y'all said, what if the dude gets mad that you called the police on him? Because the police ain't going to arrest him because he ain't did nothing wrong. So the police going to come up and he's just going to walk away like, oh, wow, she just called the police. Now, every time you go to that store, he may be looking for you because you called the police on him. Because he can't go to jail unless he do something. So it can turn around and even get worse. Man.
Twin sisters attacked by a man who tried to flirt with them inside a Brooklyn deli.
A witness on scene says some guys were hanging out at the store, hitting on the group of girls who just walked in.
One of the guys had complimented the two girls that had walked in with their friends, and they said no.
The groups started going back and forth arguing before one of the men walked down the block angrily, according to witnesses. Minutes later, one of the men in his 20s, they say, came banging and kicking on the bodega doors, with the girls still inside. Workers locked the door until he walked away again. When they unlocked the doors, that's when the attack happened.
A guy in all black had in her neck and the other in her arm and ran,
leaving the knife he used right there on scene. Officials expect Samyya's twin sister to be okay.
Mourning the loss of 19-year-old Samyia Spain. Detectives say a man fatally stabbed her outside this bodega on the corner of St. Mark's Place and 4th Avenue in Park Slope early Sunday morning. Pieces of yellow police tape could still be seen left hanging outside the bodega Sunday afternoon, just a few hours after that gruesome attack. According to a witness who did not want to show their face on camera, Spain and her 19-year-old sister rejected a man's advances, which led to an argument. The man allegedly left the store.
See, he left the store. He left the freaking store. He left the store. What do? He left the store.
Came back acting erratic. The witness claims to have been at a party with the sisters moments earlier. Cell phone video shows commotion and what appears to be a group of people arguing inside the bodega before that stabbing. The two women were taken to a nearby hospital, but sadly, Spain could not be saved.
So I wanna play something, and it's super interesting, and it just shows you specifically how tone deaf these little red pill dudes are, and it's really disgusting. So I want y'all to listen to this. Sorry about being so loud. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Share this video. Share this video. And Facebook, put a 1 in the chat. Facebook, put a 1 in the chat. I'm having problems. I don't know what's going on Facebook. So let me know y'all are still in the stream. Put a 1 in the chat, Facebook, because I don't know what's going on with Facebook. So everybody on Facebook, if you can see and hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Everybody on Facebook, put a 1 in the chat. I don't know what's going on Facebook. I'm shadow banned. I don't know what the hell is going on. And Alexis, you said I was shadow banned on Facebook. You seen something or what?
I think it's YouTube as well. I'm more so on YouTube, but I have the notifications on for both. They did not notify me, and I have the notification bell on.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on, but it is what it is. I don't care. Got to keep going. Put this information out of here. But check this out, man. This is sad.
Yeah, I'm gonna share. Check out Trev when you drop that video.
Hold on. Is this it right here? All right, hold on. We gotta get past this. All right, here we go.
Actually, the video sound familiar, Trev?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm actually dropping a video on that tomorrow. So
Okay, I'm gonna share. Check out Trev when you drop that video, man. Here we go.
All the time that if a man approaches me while I'm out by myself and asks me for my phone number, I'm going to give him my phone number. And I'm going to give him my phone number not because I want him, but because I want to make it back home to my husband and my children safely.
This woman is married. This woman is married. This woman literally says she feels inclined to give a man her phone number, and she's married simply because she doesn't want to die. I just want y'all to think about how terrible that is. And these dudes be whining about how terrible their lives are. We ain't got to worry about dying because we want to eat a sandwich. Listen to this woman.
Men cannot take rejection. The video sound familiar, Trev?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm actually dropping a video on that tomorrow. So
okay, I'm gonna share. Check out Trev when you drop that video, man. Here we go.
All the time that if a man approaches me while I'm out by myself and asks me for my phone number, I'm going to give him my phone number. And I'm going to give him my phone number not because I want him, but because I want to make it back home to my husband and my children safely. Some men cannot take rejection.
All right, so that young lady right there is talking about men and how crazy they are and how they cannot handle rejection when they are approaching women. So I'm just curious, women on the panel, is this something that you would be willing to do? The comments were wow, and I don't know. I'm not sure if they just was just listening to what she was saying, and they was already saying that she was for the streets, or if they really gave it some consideration. How you guys operating when you out there when the man approach you? Do you feel entitled to have to give him the number just so that he won't lash out? I'll start with you, Day West.
Honestly, I really don't care. If I'm not giving you my number, I'm not giving you my number. But it has been times they be getting kind of sassy over not giving you their numbers. I ain't never had no encounter where they get too violent or nothing, but I can walk away. So, or if you can't walk away, if you don't have the willpower to walk away, give them a fake number and just skedaddle real quick before they push that number and see if it really works.
Sorry about that. I was muted. So Sophia says, go in the opposite direction when you see them coming. Avoid any space where a group of them are gathered. So quick question before we keep going. You're hungry and you're approaching a bodega. Is it that simple to do, Yoselin? Because Yoselin, you're in New York, right?
Yes, I live in New York.
Okay, so is it simple enough to just go in the opposite direction when you see them coming? I don't know. I'm just asking because I've been in New York plenty of times, but one, I'm not a woman, and two, I don't, because I know it's stores everywhere, but it's not stores everywhere when you want some chicken or you want a sandwich or whatever. So is it that easy to do when you just, oh, I ain't finna go to that one, I'm gonna go to another one? Like, I don't know, on a Friday, Thursday night?
Yeah, it all depends on where you live. Now, in my area, all the stores are closed at that time of night. So it's not like I could go to the store and be like, oh, I'm gonna go get a sandwich, a sandwich, whatever, because I'm hungry. No, because all the stores are closed. So it really depends, where you live. Now, as far as like that, avoiding a group of guys, like when you're trying to go to the store, I mean, if there are other open stores, yeah, you can avoid them. But if you can't, then you just have to go into the store, with the group of guys there or not. And that's the scary part. That is like, you don't know when you walk into the store if one of them is going to hit on you. And you don't want to, you go to the store with the intention of going to get what you're going to get and go back home safely, no matter what time of the day it is,
Yeah.
because things in New York happen in the middle of the day and everything. It doesn't matter if it's the middle of the night, the middle of the day, the morning, the evening. It don't matter. It happens at any time. You just want to go. You don't want to go, by a group of guys and then think about like, oh, like one of them is gonna hit on me. That's scary, to walk by a group of guys. Now, I don't like walking by a group of guys, not because of that. I just don't like walking by a group of guys, period. But to have that in mind, to like think like, okay, one of them is gonna hit on me. I don't want to be hit on by them and then have to worry about them getting violent. It's a scary thing. But yeah, if it's avoidable, like if another store is open in the area, then yes. But if it's not, then no. It's just too hard to avoid it. It's either go back home altogether or take a risk, pretty much.
Okay, so I got a young lady on TikTok. You there? Hold on. I just missed. I don't know what just happened. Here we go. What happened to her? All right. Yo, I had Riding Goddess on here. I don't know what happened to her. I was about to come to her. So come back up if you want to. So all right, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going because this is going to get really interesting in a second.
Right there is talking about men and how crazy they are and how they cannot handle rejection when they are approaching women. So I'm just curious, women on the panel, is this something that you would be willing to do? The comments were wow. And I don't know, I'm not sure if they just was just listening to what she was saying and they was already saying that she was for the streets.
See right here, the comments of this woman saying, I'm a wife and I'm married, but I'm going to give a man my phone number to save me from dying. And the people in the comments were saying she was a hoe or she was for the streets. And I'm like, what? But this is what I'm saying. There's a bunch of tone deaf little losers out there who literally don't care or don't want to think about what a woman has to deal with. It's always what a man has to deal with. So the fact that they are actually calling this wife a whore because she's giving out her phone number because she's scared of getting attacked is wild. They always holes in these little dudes' minds. And that's why that red pill mess is so dysfunctional. Oh, hold on. Somebody said, oh, so y'all saying there's no sound. Where's the sound? Can y'all hear me now? That's what happened. Can y'all hear me now?
Or if they really gave it some consideration, how you guys operating when you out there when the man approach you? Do you feel entitled to have to give him the number just so that he won't lash out? I'll start with you, Day West.
Honestly, I really don't care. If I'm not giving you my number, I'm not giving you my number. But it has been times they be getting kind of sassy over not giving you their numbers. I ain't never had no encounter where they get too violent or nothing, but I can walk away. So, or if you can't walk away, if you don't have the willpower to walk away, give them a fake number and just skedaddle real quick before they push that number and see if it really works.
All right. What about you, Dose of Ash? How you operating when a man come to you?
And somebody says this was happening before the red pill culture. I understand that. So I'm not going against that. But the tone deafness, see, more things are being discussed now than ever, right? So whether it's Kevin Samuels or anybody else, men are now able to have discussions about what men go through, right? But one of the problems is, or one of the issues is, in my opinion, is the women's issues are now being dismissed. They're now being ignored instead of talked about. That's why you ain't gonna see me on no panel full of no damn dudes, because women are a part of the conversation. I don't sit around with a bunch of dudes complaining about women all day. I complain about what's going on out in the world, whether it's men or women, because we all are affected by our environments. So to sit here and so that's what the red pill stuff is doing. And I'm gonna show y'all why I brought up the red pill stuff, because overall, I, just wait and you'll see the tone deaf problem that I was just talking about. And y'all can Alexis or Yoselin, y'all can jump in whenever y'all want to.
Okay.
Well, that's a great question. So for me, I don't feel pressured to do anything that I don't particularly want to do. However, I would say in my experience that the only time that I felt a little bit of aggressiveness or animosity is walking the streets of Atlanta. Sometimes they can be a little bit more, what you mean no, or come back and things of that nature. But still, I would stand my ground most times. If it's one case out of 10, I'll give a fake number.
All right, so Malcolm says, so let me get this straight. On one hand, we have women saying that they are afraid to not give a man their number because he might attack them. I don't understand the problem. The answer is yes. The women on the show right now have said yes. They have to deal with this in real life. One of the ladies literally said she got followed by a man last night. Not last year, last night. She goes over her homegirl's house, and the dude that she's seen walking down the street is at the door. What are you talking about? So then he says, and on the other hand, they complain that men aren't approaching them. These two scenarios are mutually exclusive. They both can't be happening at the same time. These females are lying. This is what I'm talking about right here. And
can I chime in?
Hold on one more time. Hold on 1 second. So tactical tune. Now do you see what this dumb red pill shit is doing to men? Tactical tune. If you want to come up and discuss this also, guys, y'all could come up too. But do you understand what I'm saying and why I'm bringing in this dumb red pill shit? Listen to what this dude just said. He said on one hand, women are getting attacked, but then on the other hand, they don't want to be approached. The women are lying. The women are dying, not lying, you idiot. They are dying, not lying. What are you talking about? There's a girl that's dead, you idiot. What are you talking about? Go ahead, Alexis. These niggas are stupid. I'm sorry.
I wanted to chime in because this just kind of goes to show that there's just a lot of disingenuousness that goes on. I don't think women are complaining that men are not approaching them. In fact, we actually feel safer that way. Just to be left alone. But let's not forget, as little girls, we're always taught by our fathers, brothers, boy cousins, uncles, grandfathers, stay away from men because why? They only want one thing from you. They will hurt you. Men are dangerous. So there's other men teaching us this. There's men telling us that we need protection, and we do. But who do we need protection from? We're not worried about Susie breaking into our house or R'ing us or Emming us. It's Tyrone.
Right.
We're not worried about Susan and Brittany. No, it's other men that we need protection from. So that's
Yeah.
disingenuous in itself.
So, how does it feel when y'all hear these little red pill dudes, just like right now in the chat, talking about y'all lying? Like, how does that feel?
We're scared of men and we don't want any parts of them. I mean, it's clear that men just see us as objects. Like they feel entitled to our bodies, and it's easier to just stay away, and they don't understand that.
And that's the truth. Yoselin?
Yeah, it's almost like a. I agree with Alexis. It's almost like a slap in the face, kind of
Yeah.
like to say that we're lying. And it's true, we're not lying. It's like, why would why would anybody lie about something like that? And it's like, and at like it's at the end of the day, we don't have to give you anything. We don't have to
Mm-hmm.
give you our time. We don't have to give you our attention. We don't have to give you nothing. Just keep walking. Instantly, when it happens to me, my mind instantly goes into fight mode. And
Yeah.
I'm always like, like I'm always aware of my surroundings at all times. Even when I have on my earbuds, my earbuds, my earbuds or whatever, I'm always like on the lookout, especially when I'm outside. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it's like, to be called a liar in a situation like this is flabbergasting to me.
But this is what I'm saying, and this is
Yeah.
why I say it's disgusting, because it literally causes these young men to totally ignore what women go through just to make the men happy, because they want to be heard, because they want to be the biggest victim. So it's
Hmm.
like victim Olympics. It's like we are victims, but women are getting killed, but women are not giving us their phone numbers. What?
Yeah, like we don't have to give you anything. Like we don't have to talk to you or anything. Like,
And this is another reason why I don't even like accepting things from men, whether it's the smallest gestures, because they always want something in return. God forbid you buy me a drink and you think I'm supposed to go home with you. Like, I was just out last night for my friend's birthday and a guy sent a drink to our table. I respectfully declined because, for one, we're in a pill age and people are lacing drinks. And also because I don't want you to think that I owe you something and that I need to give you anything just
right.
because you sent me a drink. And that was just one instance. There was other men who approached us as well. And I just think it's a little interesting to automatically ask a woman for her number when we have all these different social media platforms. And they will even ask you, where are you going tonight? How about I come with you? It's like you're not entitled to
Hmm.
anything. And this is
Yeah.
why we just stay away. And then God forbid you say no and they get aggressive. Oh, you playing games. You playing games. Never in my life have I ever heard
Hmm.
you playing games because you don't want the man or give them your number. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, the entitlement is crazy. I agree 100%. Every little word, every little gesture, every little movement is like, that's it. They're
Mhm.
entitled to your whole life.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Men will
have to give you my
even
number. Like, nothing. Like,
Absolutely. And even bold men, they will even touch you. Like, if you can be
hmm,
out at a club and they will try to get free feel, they will try to rub the small of your back, your glutes, your hips, everything.
yep,
And they
Yeah.
that
think it's
happened to me a few
okay.
times.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you can walk away and they'll grab your hand, like kind of pushing you to come back. Like, how dare you walk away from me? It's
Mhm.
Hmm.
ridiculous.
Tactical tune or the other dude.
We can't hear
Shit,
you, Mr. Aaron.
you can't hear me.
I can.
What? You can't hear me?
I could
Y'all,
hear you.
okay, Yasin. Put a one in the chat. Y'all can hear me, y'all. Put a one in the chat. Y'all can hear me, because Alexis, can you hear me, Alexis?
I don't know why I can't hear him.
Oh, maybe. Okay. Just come back up, Alexis. So tactical, whatever your name, tactical tune, I think. If you have an issue with what we're talking about, or anybody else, men, women, hit the link. I just dropped the link because um what you just said was extremely dismissive. When I just proved to you that there's an issue, you says this was happening in the 90s. What the hell did that got to do with anything? It's the dismissing of what women are going through that is different than the 90s. And I literally just emphasize that. It's not every man is out to get you. It's the dismissiveness that is so problematic with the red pill space. It's not that it's a new thing that's happening with men doing all these things to women. What's up, Monique? It's the dismissiveness of um, a woman's traumatic experience. What the hell?
I,
It's,
I think it's that.
go ahead.
But on top of that, anytime I hear a man say it's not all men, clearly it's not all men, but that's the most disingenuous comment that you can have. Like, although it may not be all men, but it's every woman having the same exact story or being able to recite something of that nature that's happened to them. So it's not all men, but yet it's still every woman.
Oh, so it's not all men, but it is all women who got to deal with this shit.
And who
Totally agree
has the
with you on
same
that.
exact story.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
Literally.
I was
yeah.
about to say the same thing. Not all men are like that, and we are aware of that. We are aware of the men that are like that and the men that are not like that. So yeah, it's very disingenuous, heartening is disheartening. Is crazy. It's like we aware of that, but it's like all women go through the same thing. Because I'm
Hmm.
Yeah.
sure that somewhere in the world somebody else got followed home too, or followed to
Hmm.
the store, or followed to a friend's house or whatever. Like
Or
I'm
isn't here
sure.
anymore.
That
Right.
too.
And nobody knows that they ain't here no more because they don't have a lot of family members and they didn't, certain things don't make it the news,
Hmm.
you know?
Yes. Some men
Yeah.
need to come up here because this conversation needs to be
Yes.
had. This
Yeah.
conversation needs to be had.
Men, see, and this is the problem. The guys don't want to come up on the show because they know they don't know nothing. They ain't got no kids. They ain't out. They don't go to bodegas. They don't go outside. So they just sitting around typing on their little computers like, these women, these modern women, they're terrible. These 304s. They probably don't even have an opinion because they don't go outside. These red pill dudes don't go outside to even see what's actually happening. They don't know. That's why they ain't coming up, because they don't know. So when they sitting around typing on a computer all day and all night and sitting on all these goddamn forums whining about women all day and all night, they're not outside, so they don't know if it's happening or not. And
I
real
think
quick, hold on, everybody hit the like. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Facebook is back up. So Facebook right now, now I can see the likes and everything. Facebook, hit the like button, share this video because this can save somebody's life. And YouTube, hit the like button because the likes are down. So looks like we moving a little bit better. I don't know what the hell is still going on, but what you about to say, Alexis?
I was gonna say that um even if they're like not going outside, they do know what's going on because they're part of the problem. They know that other men view women as this. They choose not to know because they don't have to go through it. So it's like, well, it doesn't concern me, so it's not happening. It's like you're not out here dating these men, but you do
Yeah,
know that it's happening. You're just choosing not to look at it because you don't have to go through it.
right,
Right,
right.
and also men that say stuff like that. This is my like my opinion. Men that say stuff like that feel like, well, since I don't do it, it's not happening. Just
Mm-hmm.
because you're not doing it doesn't mean that it's not happening. It's happening
Right.
Yeah,
definitely. You just
yeah,
don't do it.
right,
I feel like that's
right.
what the disingenuousness comes from. The fact that, well, I'm not like that. I don't do that to females. So why am I getting rejected? They're lying, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes them say stuff like that. Because they know that they're not like
Mm-hmm.
that. But you have to sometimes you have to read between the lines with people. Because it's like somebody that says a disingenuous comment like that with a
Mhm.
situation like this means that deep down they like that too.
That's what I was about to say because there's no way
Yeah.
that all of these men are saying they're
Hmm.
lying. I'm not like that. There's no
Hmm.
possible way that all of them
Yeah.
are like that. You know
Yep.
that this is probably something that you would do, maybe not to that extent, but you probably went and punched a couple walls because some girl
Hmm.
outside did not give you your number.
Mhm.
And plus,
Mhm.
especially if they fun of their friends, because guys have this thing with their ego that if they get rejected from a girl in front of their friends, it's like that's like oh that's no that's a no to them. So it's like what is it with this ego thing with men? I don't understand. It's like
Because they want to impress other men because they secretly like men.
obviously because it's confusing to me. Like
So, like I said, these dudes don't go outside. They're not outside, and they're not experiencing. So it's a terrible, disgusting bias. That's why I love being around women. I love doing shows with women. I love touring with women. I love being around women altogether, because it's not just about, like, to me, I don't see women as ass and titties. I see women as people. And I enjoy hearing a woman's experience, because it's so many times, just like in a dating world, how a woman to say, oh yeah, dudes are broker than you would imagine. And I was like, really? Dudes be like this and dudes be like that. And I'm like, what? You know, and it gives me an understanding of the experience of a woman, instead of just speaking blindly as a man, like, oh no, women need to do this, women need to do that. You know, hearing the experience of a woman helps me share, my viewpoint a lot better, because I understand women a little bit better. What's up, Tracy? So let's go back to this video, and it's going to get really dumb.
You said you'll give a fake number. What if he calls that number right then and there?
My phone is dead. My phone is dead. My friend has.
So remember, this is her being at a store and giving a guy a phone, her phone, being compelled to give a man her phone number because the man might go upside her head.
That phone, I have multiple phones. I run businesses. There's many things I could come with on spot.
Okay.
The fact that she knew what to say to that answer is really scary, though. That's crazy. What y'all got to go through is crazy.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go to you, Ruth, before you cut out. That was a joke, man. Y'all can laugh. But Ruth, what are you doing if a man approaches you? Are you giving out that number just to prevent anything further to happen?
Say it again.
So Ruth's phone messing up, so I'm just gonna fast forward past Ruth.
Sometimes
I don't get.
But happened recently, where a guy came at me in the store. He asked for my number, and I was like, I got a man. And he was like, I don't care about your man. I don't care about your man.
What?
He was like, you want me to pay for your stuff? I was like, nah, I'm good.
No.
He followed me to the car. Like, he put his stuff down and followed me to the car. And I was like, man, you better move, because my man will beat your ass. And he was like, I don't care about your man. So I had to think. I got to think fast. So I had my heat on me, because I had my kids in the car. I said, look, man, I got my kids in the car. I said, I got my kids in the car. I ain't giving you my number. And like, that's just, sometimes I have to do that. I have to, I'm country. I'm a country girl. So my dad taught me how to use a lot of things, pocket knives, all kinds of stuff. So once I let you know I got a man, you need to respect that. He was like, oh, Miss Lady, never mind. You know, I'm just, because it's not that deep, because 9 times out of 10, he going to ask for the next lady number 2. So you not really that special. A man just try to get what he can get. So he just going to go to the next person. But.
So I want y'all to just think about it. This man was in the store. He put his stuff down to walk outside to follow her to her car, and she had to draw down on the man.
So I said I wouldn't give him a number at all. So.
All right. Mommy 3. Talks.
I'm sorry. We just got to hear this one more time, because I want this to sink in. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
To us. You got for us.
I mean, I would give a fake number, but I kind of like know how to talk to like men in some type of way. Like, I just try to act real cool with them. Like this just happened recently, where a guy came at me in the store. He asked for my number, and I was like, I got a man. And he was like, I don't care about your man. I don't care about your man.
What?
He was like, you want me to pay for your stuff? I was like, nah, I'm good. He followed me to the car. Like, he put his stuff down and followed me to the car. And I was like, man, you better move, because my man will beat your ass. And he was like, I don't care about your man. So I had to.
So she literally is like, yo, my man will beat your ass, and he still is moving forward.
think. I gotta think fast. So I had my heat on me because I had my kids in the car. I said, look, man, I got my kids in the car. I said, I got my kids in the car. I ain't giving you my number.
So real quick, I want y'all to think about how terrible this can turn into, right? A woman pulls out a gun. I used to have a fake number and a fake number, but women are scared to lie because they will check it. Yeah, a dude will call your phone right then and there, and next thing you know, you looking crazy because your phone ain't gonna ring. Now you in more danger. So I want y'all to think about this. She goes out to the car. Now she's outside, right? She pulls out a blicky and she's like, yo, stay away. What if he keeps coming? Now she's like, hey, leave me alone. What if he keeps coming? Does she shoot? Depending on the city that she lives in, there may not be a stand your ground law. If he doesn't have a weapon in his hand, she can actually turn around and now go to jail because she just shot an unarmed man. And of course, he's laying on the ground. They're going to be like, what happened? He may say, she left something in the store and I was just trying to give it to her and she shot me. Or she was trying to talk to me and she said, come out to my car with me, and she shot me. She set me up. I put my stuff down in the store and everything. She asked me to come out to the car and she shot me, sir. So it's a possibility that she turns around and defends herself because she's afraid and ends up going to jail. And now her kids gotta go to a foster home, or I don't know. I'm just thinking about some, because now she has to do 2 years in jail for assault simply because a man was asking for her phone number. So it's not really simple. Oh, why don't you just shoot him? That's assault. There's stand your ground laws in certain cities, but there's not stand your ground laws in other cities. There are certain cities where a person can carjack you, and if you shoot the person, you will go to jail. Like every law or every city or jurisdiction is not the same. You cannot pull out a gun and shoot an unarmed person because you think you're in danger. The only people that can do that is police. Oh, I fear for my life, so I shot the person. Bro, it's bad. Y'all, ladies, y'all got anything to say?
Yeah, especially in New York, there is no stand your ground law in New York. And plus, for you to carry, you have to have a license. So imagine having that situation, going through that situation and not being able to pull a gun out because the guy is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's scary. Like, yeah, that's definitely no stand your ground law in New York. That I know for sure.
Mhm.
And
I
you
would
have to
just
have a
like to
license to
say,
carry.
oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry, I didn't know you were still speaking. I would just like to say, I see there's a lot of men in the chat who are definitely giving pushback. I would love to have you guys come up here to give us some educated, opinions on why do you think that this is.
Please.
So to the little red pill dudes who are watching, I'm gonna drop the link again. I would love for y'all to come up. I'm not gonna berate y'all. I'm not gonna Kevin Samuels y'all. I just want to have a conversation to see where your head at. So any of you little red pill dudes, you're free to come up. My platform is yours. Come on up. I would love to see what y'all have to say. Y'all making all these comments in the chat. One dude said some dumb shit talking about, well, that's the risk I would have to take. I would rather go to jail. You would rather go to jail? You just going to I just want y'all to think about this. A woman who usually may have kids or whatever, or in a scenario where the young girl lost her life. She's 19. She ain't gonna have no damn gun. But imagine if she did have a gun. A little 19-year-old girl goes to the store. This dude is acting a fool. She shoots the dude in New York. There's no stand your ground law. She goes to jail for 3 years, has to drop out of school or can't go to college or whatever. And you talking about, oh, well, I might as well go to jail. A 19-year-old girl going to jail? Like, just because she wanted a sandwich out of a bodega?
But this is
This
the
shit,
disingenuousness, though, because there's
right.
comments, and well, it happens to men all the time. Yeah, but you don't see women out there killing men. It happens to men by other men because men
Other
are the
men.
aggressors. So if it's happening, if men are unaliving you guys and toe tagging you guys, then of course they're going to do it to the weaker vessel as well. But I digress.
But where you dudes at? Why y'all won't hit the link? Why won't you dudes in the chat hit the link? You know why?
Exactly.
Because you know you disingenuous. You know you don't go outside. You know you don't know what the hell is going on outside your window. You sit in the house, sit up tapping on the damn keyboard all day. You know, this shit is sad. And this is the reason why I say this red pill mess is hurting young black men, and we got to do something about it, because it's not that they are running around doing these things. It's the tone deafness. It's the disingenuousness. It's the dismissiveness of, oh, the women must have did something. Women, you must have been a 3 or 4. You must have had your ass out. You must have did this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then on some Kevin Samuel stuff, Kevin Samuel used to be like, yo, why can't y'all just smile at a man? And then you turn around and smile at a man, and then now you dead. Now you dead. Simply because you smile at a man, and then he tries to holler at you, and then you like, no. What do you mean, no? You was just smiling at me. So what do you want a woman to do? First, you want the man to smile at you. I mean, want the girl to smile at you. But now, hey, what's up? Give me your phone number. And you like, no, I got a boyfriend. Bitch, why are you smiling at me then? You know, now she mad. You know, it's bad. So Miss Untouchable, can you show your face real quick? You ain't got to keep your face on. I just got to make sure you're not, something stupid. All right, cool. All right, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, my man? I watch you all the time, and I just want to chime in because, hey, I'm not afraid to speak my piece. You know what I mean?
Cool. That's what's up. So,
okay, my
go ahead.
My point is, I don't know what area this is, upper north or whatever. I'm in the South Texas. I'm in Texas, but some of these guys.
Hold on. Just keep in mind, us Southerners, because I'm in Atlanta.
Yeah.
We kind of have a different experience. You feel me? Because in Texas, you can drive to the store and leave, right? Just keep in mind, in Philly, in New York, in the Bronx, they literally have to walk everywhere they go. But go ahead.
Yeah, I understand that, and I truly digress with that. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that are y'all keep calling them men? Are these truly men, like men of stature, or these boys? Because if anybody's hanging out there late or hanging out at any time like that, it's normally boys.
But it doesn't really matter. My question is, how do we fix this? I don't care if it was bears outside. How do we fix this? And do you see the disingenuousness of the dudes in the comments? Like, it's her fault. Oh, don't go to that store. Like, what are your thoughts on the disingenuousness of the little red pill dudes just making it seem like the women are lying?
That's a tough one, because we can either go way back or how they was raised and how they was brought up, and no man at home teaching them the path of how to walk and hold their standards up as men. Or we could just say we can blame it with society. You know, most of these kids men aren't on the job. Most of these men don't have a stable life. Most of these men are just hanging out and whatever attention they can try to get. You know, if they get rejected from jobs every day, and then go and approach a woman and then get rejected again, maybe he's at that turning point to where he want to lash out. There's no outlet for men. There's no place for men to let that aggression out. So some of these men are just roaming the streets, floating by, doing whatever they can do, and they don't have no guidance. It could be that. But we got all these programs set up for these women and these foreigners.
Hold on. You said there's no outlet. A gym membership is $10 a month.
You gotta have a
So
job to pay it.
$5, $10 a month.
Yeah, you gotta have a job to pay it.
You don't have. I'm sorry. You don't have to have a
You gotta
job.
have an address or a credit card. Most memberships don't take cash. Most gym memberships don't take cash. It's online access.
Sir.
I'm just pointing out the most the possibilities of why.
No, I just want you to think about this.
I got you.
It's super easy to get a debit card. You go to get a Walmart card. You go in there and get a Walmart debit card. You go in Walmart. You can go anywhere and just get a debit card, right? These young boys got debit cards. And then you need $10 a month to go to a gym, punch on a bag, kick on a bag, or push something or pull something. Come on, man. You can't say young men. I'm not.
I'm not bringing up excuses. Yeah, I'm not bringing up excuses, but I'm just saying the map to that point. There's no guidance to tell them, hey, go get your ID, a valid ID. Go get your social security card. Mail in, get a stamp. Mail in an application, get your social security card. You got to have some type of identification to gain any type of access to any type of card, whether it's Cash App or anything.
Bro, come on, man.
I know.
If you're 19 and up, you have a driver's license. Come on, man. I'm not saying you're disingenuous, but we're talking about the typical young adult that has a driver's license and has a debit card. How can they what do you think the mindset is about a man not allowing a woman to walk by without giving her his phone number? What about that?
Frustration, rejection, and feeling like he don't know what else to do to be turned down again. You know, maybe she was the third one. I'm not making no excuses for this man. You know, I'm just saying the possibilities of where his head could have been and how he was thinking at that point in time. Maybe he was on drugs. Maybe he was drunk. You know, maybe he had so many bad moments prior to this particular moment. But it's wrong. It's all out wrong. And if there is a deeper sense of why he did what he did, but he'll never tell because he don't have no one to talk to. Who can he trust?
Okay.
I mean, I really don't know, but it happens. It happens all the time. And it's a sad situation. But sometimes it's not just women, it's men.
So I just want to say this. I just want to say this. And this is not going against anything you said. I understand.
Sure. Okay.
But one of the problems that this red pill stuff is teaching men is that they are bigger victims than women. And I'm not putting words in your mouth. Okay. But what I'm hearing is men are victims of women for being rejected. So you're not saying this, but it almost is a justification of a man's anger towards women because women are rejecting men all the time. So it's almost like indirectly saying that it's the women's fault. If you just give the man your phone number, they won't have this problem. Not saying you're saying that, but it's this victim Olympics thing where it's like, but what about the men? The men are rejected. They don't have nobody to talk to. They can't go to the gym. They ain't got no debit card.
Right.
Like it's making the men victims and they're the ones killing women. Do you understand that?
I understand that. That is happening. But in a bigger picture, there's something bigger than just that. It's men killing men. Black men are killing black men. Kids are killing their parents. Kids are killing their parents. Other women are killing other women behind men. And then the man is at fault because he's dating two women unexclusively. But the woman feels like the man is hers. And the other woman feels like, well, I didn't know. She gets killed, the one that didn't know. But it's the man's fault because he started the whole orchestration. So it's a lot of this going on. But since we want to focus on today.
Yeah, a young woman lost her life, bro. And I just want to give homage to other women along with her who lost their lives by just simply rejecting a man is all I'm saying. You feel me? So I understand what you're saying, but I don't want to have it where we're playing this who's the biggest victim game show. I don't care. I want to come up with a solution. So Darren says, how do I join? Darren, I appreciate you watching on Facebook. but you got to come over on Mr. Let Go on YouTube, and then you'll see the link. The link don't work on Facebook. But go
Hey,
ahead.
Mr. Let Go.
What's going on, Mommy Three
What's
Loves?
up, man? I am loving this live. I'm loving this live. But I got a question for Mr. Untouchable.
Go ahead.
Yes,
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 51.
And that's the issue. There is no
Right.
way, there is no way a 51-year-old man is on here not one time holding a man accountable. Like you're saying things that a 19-year-old guy would say. Like someone that
Yeah.
don't have no experience. There is no way a grown man would sit up there and make excuses for a man getting rejected. Oh, maybe he's depressed, maybe he's this that there's no excuse for a man to get mad because he can't get no coochie.
Right. So hold on 1 second. What's your name on TikTok?
Mom.
Hold on. No, I know you. I'm talking about somebody on TikTok. Okay, hold on real quick. So Susu, what are your thoughts on this real quick? And then we're gonna go back to Mommy Three Loves.
Well, I'm just coming on the defense of the guy that was just talking.
Okay.
Because we are all making assumptions, and he's just giving you a synopsis about how they think other men. Now he's 51 years old, so you can tell in his demeanor of how he's speaking that that's not what he's about, and it's not so much making excuses for them, but a lot of them. I got a 26-year-old son that I can relate to what that guy was just saying. And my son's 26, and he was raised white, but it's who he's around now that the capacity of their thinking is so warped. So that's where we are, and it's a thing. It's a real thing. We got to call a thing a thing.
Okay, so so what is warped about your son's environment, in your opinion, that would cause him to feel so rejected from women where he can turn around and stab her or something? Not saying your son, but boys your son's age.
I don't believe that my son would.
No. Just a boy your son's age.
Yeah, I can see him being, because they get angry about everything, and a lot of these kids don't have the tools that they need emotionally. Is that a reason for them to do that? No, it's not. But we do have to take certain things into consideration. That's not to say that some person need to get out and just get a knife and kill somebody. That's not what we're saying. But what's happening now in our communities, to be honest. What he was saying, that's just how they feel. And I do know, I got people, I own a daycare center, and I'm in Georgia as well. I got girls that work for me that ain't got no debit cards. I have to pay them a whole different way. So it's not like he's making an excuse for that. Some people are just irresponsible.
So are males victims of women?
Say that again?
So are these males victims of women?
No, what I'm saying is, when he made the mention, because you all said that he's making an excuse about a debit card, I have people that's in their 30s that work at a daycare center for me, don't have a bank account or debit card.
But why would somebody who does not have a debit card be worried about a damn woman? You ain't got no debit card. I'm just saying, so you got to put things in some type of perspective. You ain't got no debit card. You don't need no damn woman. Like, we got to stop sounding crazy.
Ain't got no tooth in their mouth. See you pull up in a Mercedes Benz and still try to come to you like you on my level to even do that. So it has something to do with how they were raised, their environments. It's a lot of different things. That's not just a reason to say, oh, he had the right to do that. But it's real. It's real. Like a lot of people don't have the tools.
Okay. All right. So Mommy Three Loves, go ahead. I just wanted her to speak on what she said. Go ahead, Mommy Three Loves.
Yeah, with the statement, I do understand what Mr. Untouchable. I understand completely what he's saying, but I feel like we have to stop making excuses for that type of behavior. Just like me, I'm a single mom. I don't. If I see a mom on the street, a single mom on the street, her kids on the street, she ain't got nowhere to stay and food. I'm not gonna say, oh, she's just single. No, There is no excuse for your child, you and your kids to be on the street. I don't make excuses for single moms to make unhealthy decisions and putting their kids in harm's way, just like that 14-year-old boy that got stabbed. That's the mom's fault too. For putting her son in a position where he feel like he gotta protect her. The same way men need to hold other men accountable. There's no way somebody's daughter is gone because a man simply just asks, "Hey, young lady, can I get your number?" She say no, move on. It's not that deep. Cause at the end of the day, he can't get her number. He just gonna go to the next woman. It
Right.
was not, it was not. I just wish a man could just say, look, that man was completely wrong. I don't care if he didn't have a debit card, if he just lost his job. There is no way. That just let you know that so many men now are still damaged and they're trauma bonding with other men, other people
Right.
having kids with women
Right.
that they don't
Mm-hmm.
even want
Yep.
because they're trauma bonding because they was raised by a woman that dropped them off to their grandma. They was
Yeah.
raised, they didn't
That's it.
have a dad, they don't know how to control their anger because they mad about what happened in their childhood.
Facts. That's it.
Half of
That's
these
true.
men weren't even raised by their mama nor their daddy. Half of these men 40, 50 years old, still blaming, still saying, well, it's my mama's fault why my dad went in their life. Look, man, it's a time in your life where it's time for you to go to your dad. And I got that from a Kevin Samuels video when he told a young man, man, you old enough to go and figure out from your daddy now.
Go to your daddy.
Go to
Yeah, I
your
agree.
daddy.
So
Cause
look,
now, woo,
so
that's what I
look,
had to say.
can you share, because you know I'm playing the when we was on the show together, can you tell how you felt or tell the story yourself when you was in the story? I mean, you was in the store and a
Mm-hmm.
dude follow you out and you had to pull, just don't say
Yeah.
just say blicky or something like that. Strap.
Yeah. Yeah. In that situation, it was scary because all I thought about was protecting my kids because I'm in Texas. I
Yeah.
mean, you can pretty much do whatever you want to do out here
Mhm.
in Texas. Um and that was pretty much the first thing that was on my mind to defend myself from my kids because I'm at the gas pump. So my kids seeing this man, he followed me all the way to the gas pump. And I'm just trying to talk. I'm still, trying to talk calm to him, like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I got to my car because my holster is under my seat in my
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
So when I got it, and I said, look, and I showed him what I had. I said, look, I ain't trying to cause no problem, this and that. I said, I got a man. I said, but he was still like, man, he was still trying to, it's an ego thing that men has. Even though he saw the gun, he still try to make it seem like he wasn't really afraid of the gun. Cause he's looking at me
Wow.
as I'm a woman, like she ain't gonna do nothing.
She ain't gonna do
So
nothing.
I,
Yeah.
I, I took it off safety and I cocked that motherfucker back. And I
Yeah.
said, look, my kids right here in this car. I'm good. And that's when he said, no, Miss Lady, never mind. I'm good. I'm good. You have a nice day. In that moment, like, all I thought about was just making it home,
Yeah. Yeah.
safely. And I'm
Yeah.
from Mississippi. My daddy taught me a lot of things. I thank God for my daddy. Like, I have pocket knives. I have a lot of different things. But, the fact that I got kind of scared because when he saw the gun the first time, he was
He
not
didn't
scared.
even, he wasn't scared.
I mean the blinky. He was
Okay.
not he
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
not scared. He wasn't scared at all. He was
Yeah.
like it was more of an ego thing. That just let you know men would literally die about their ego.
About their
And
ego.
that's I feel like that's the saddest part about it. It's really not worth it.
Right.
Too many men have lost their lives because of women. Too many men just have lost their life due to just want to go to a woman's house and knowing she got a man, don't even know if she got a man, laying up with
Mhm.
another woman and losing their lives over there. You got men fight each other over women.
Yeah.
It's not that deep.
All right. So let's go a little farther in this video.
And like that's just sometimes I have to do that. I I'm country. I'm a country girl. So my dad taught me how to use a lot of things, pocket knives, all kinds of stuff. So once I let you know I got a man, you need to respect that. He was like, oh, me lady, never mind. I'm just.
So here's where I actually went off right here.
And let's honestly look at the grace that women are afforded on a daily basis. Because
So this is the stupid shit that the little red pill dudes love to spit out. It's the woman's fault. Why don't you just do this, do that? So I had to go off on this dude. So this is pertaining to the video we was just talking about, and Mommy 3 Love's experiences of being having a guy trying to talk to you, and he follows you, and you fear for your life. So listen to the stupid shit he says.
Logic for just a moment, right? And
he says, let's use logic. He says, let's use logic for just a moment.
I want you to just take that logic for just a moment, right? And let's honestly look at the grace that women are afforded on a daily basis. Because if me as a man decided to say, oh, you know what? I'm in my feminine energy right now, and I need a nice man to unlock my masculinity.
Hold on real quick. Anybody asking about what is red pill, please do not ask again, because I'm not going to tell you. Is a terrible, disgusting thing. And if you don't know what it is, good for you that you don't know what it is. I wish I didn't know what the hell it was. So don't worry about what it is. Just know that it's a terrible thing. Just look at it like that.
What the hell will that look like? That is going to repel women like crazy. And that's what I'm saying. So we have to just understand sometimes, if a dude's not for you, he's not for you. And I understand that sometimes it's a trauma response, but if you can at all help it, be as feminine as you can. Come out of the box like that, right? Because there's no way that we would do that. Just how that would turn you off as a woman if we came with feminine energy and said, no, but I need to make sure that you are feminine so you can unlock my masculinity. Then I can go ahead and start taking care of business like I'm a man. That would sound ludicrous. That's what it sounds like to me when a woman tells me that, because it doesn't happen everywhere, right? It happens.
And what he's simply saying is how women feel the need, or the propulsion to be masculine when they are out in the world going to the store in order to protect themselves. And he's like, whoa, why don't you just be feminine? Come out the box being feminine. Just stupid, dumb shit.
Here on the West Side, of course, it doesn't happen everywhere. Most women do not come feminine out of the box around here. And that's tough to deal with, right? Nobody wants anyone who's abrasive or defensive or just crass. We don't want to deal with that. That's not cool. It shouldn't be acceptable. If it's not acceptable for us, it shouldn't be acceptable for you.
Mind you, we're literally talking about this.
Because it's not that deep, because 9 times out of 10, he gonna ask for the next lady number 2. So you not really that special. A man just try to get what he can get. So he just gonna go to the next person. But in many cases, if I'm out at a club or at a bar or something, I just get him a fake number and I just walk off and leave. And then if he chooses to call and out there, I'm already gone. So
Okay, go ahead, Marcus.
Believe it or not, sometimes women don't handle rejection well either.
And I didn't give you any consent. You know what I mean?
So hold on, going back to where's the video? All right.
But Trev, I must say, I'm gonna ask you a question. We spoke at first about us defending.
And I'm so glad, Mommy 3, you unmuted and said something to this clown, because this shit is bullshit. You want to say something right now or what?
No, you keep it going. I love it.
It's disgusting.
Trev, I must say, I'm gonna ask you a question. We spoke at first about us defending ourselves, going to the store and this and that. So what kind of energy, like a single woman, what kind of energy she's tapping into when she's defending herself? at a store.
And you specifically said at a store, not in a relationship.
Feminine. When you're talking to that guy, you should remain feminine. You should be cordial. If you want to brush him off, you say, no, you know what? I'm married. I'm cool. You don't have to be masculine. You don't have to get tough with him. Like I said, if you want smoke, you give him fire. But at no point do you have to break your femininity.
So can I jump in, Marvin?
What part of town is that? What part of town we talking about? Like, I'm just saying, like,
I want to know. I want to know what these guys are. Why are you over there? That are this aggressive? Yeah.
Look at these idiots talking about, why you over there? Why you at that store? Why you at this store? What?
Where I'm from, I have no other choice but to be up over there.
No, talk about where you from. We're talking about where you at.
No, what I'm saying is, I can go to the 7-Eleven right here where I'm at and still get some.
Do y'all hear the stupidity? What? Well, why you over at that store? Where you at? What are you talking about? Go ahead.
Can I say something? All right. So, I mean, I don't know if you heard of the saying, but like women see themselves as like New York tough. So that's basically like what I consider myself. I'm sorry, but I'm breaking out of my femininity if somebody don't take no for an answer. No,
exactly.
There's just no way. You're not entitled to my attention, to my time, to my words, to my energy. Like, no, it's no. Point blank.
Right.
That's it.
Right, and no real father is going to teach their daughter. Oh, if a man approaches, but you're not teaching your daughter. My daddy most definitely ain't taught me to do that.
I don't teach my daughters that either. No,
and that's what I'm saying. And that's the thing is, half of these men that teach and preach these things and so red pill, they have daughters and they're not teaching their daughter that shit. It's crazy to me, and I feel like if you teach your daughter to act in their way and act in that way, they can get hurt. They really can, and it's dangerous, and that's why I feel like men most definitely need to teach their daughters how to defend themselves in situations like this.
And that's what's scary about the society today. That is like most men think like this. Like what that guy was saying, they think like this. Like, oh, because you approach me, I'm supposed to be feminine with you. No, I don't have to be. I don't have to be feminine with you at all. If I don't want your attention, I don't have to be. That's the problem.
And the thing is, I'm so sorry. Before I drop down. The thing is, the way I was taught, me being from Mississippi, when I first approach you, I'm gonna respect you. I respect him inside that store. I gave him respect. I said, hey, I got a man. When he approached me, I showed him that respect. I stayed, within who I am, true to myself. I respect him. I said, hey, I have somebody. I have a man. And I'm thinking that should have been the end of that conversation. He dropped. He didn't even check out. He left his stuff right there
his
just
product.
to follow me to my pump. At this moment, I gotta put into place what my dad taught me. Now, at this point, now it's time for you to earn my respect again. When you respect has to be earned. You don't have to. Don't nobody deserve shit from you, and you don't deserve nothing from nobody else too. It has to be earned. If I respect you when I first see you, and then you follow me to my car, now I have to defend myself. Cause from my understanding and from what these red pill men, they feel like they don't have to respect your ass. Don't nobody have to defend me. So if it was other men out there on that parking lot and that man was to do something to me, there's no other man around me that's going to defend me, right?
No,
That's how
they not.
that's what the red pill men, that's what the red pill men say now. They
Because
ain't
they
they ain't
say
gotta they ain't gotta defend me for shit. Just like when that woman in Chicago that got off and her son off that man at that restaurant. That son felt the need to defend his mom because no other grown man was there to help defend that child and his mom.
right.
So in my mind, I know for sure that if that man would have done something to me and approached me in a nasty manner or feel like he was gonna do something to me, I know that every other man at that 7-Eleven was not gonna come to defend me.
They would have just
My
sat,
daddy,
they would have pulled their phones out.
yes, they would have pulled their phones out. And now my dad ain't around, my brothers ain't around, so now I gotta put into place what I was taught to do, and this was to defend myself at all costs. I respect you. Now you disrespect me. Now it's time for you to earn my respect, and that's
Right,
life.
right, because he came into your space,
Yeah.
so you had every right to defend
Go
yourself.
ahead, Alexis.
No, I agree 100%. And just for the simple-minded
Yeah.
people, with these simple-minded answers, seeing that, well, just be clear. It's not that simple, but I wouldn't expect you to understand because you don't have a vagina. So you're not walking around in constant fear of people who are physically stronger than you by nature, but you be feminine and then they take that the wrong way. You can't even smile at these men because they take that as an
Yep.
opportunity to get in your panties. Y'all don't understand that.
Yep.
They don't understand. We need to stop making excuses for all of these men at this grown age. The world does not owe you understanding, correct? That's what we like to say. The world is not giving single mothers slack by any means. So let's stop making excuses for who didn't have their dads growing up. Well, 80% of the Black community did not have their dads growing up. Women are not out here unalive toe tagging as a collective.
So I just wanted to just say what Alexis just said. The world does not owe you niggas understanding. Nobody gives a shit if you got a debit card or not. You cannot walk up to a woman and assault her because she won't give your bum ass their phone number.
Right.
Nobody gives a shit if you don't have a debit card.
Amen.
Mr.
Go
Let
ahead.
Go.
Go ahead.
You're using that out of context. I was just giving that a background of what these boys or whoever that assaulted this young girl, which I deeply digress that it shouldn't have ever happened. I'm just saying from point A to point B, this young man did not have the knowledge and the understanding of what he was doing because of previous events. I'm not making no excuse for his actions. It was totally wrong. And I'm a man, I was raised by a single mother, but I've never reacted or responded or attacked any female in that manner. So I'm one of the few that made it through, but this person probably took it a little bit different as he was raised up. My father wasn't in my life, and I have two brothers older than me. And I was raised by I was brought up with them, and I knew and I saw and I respected how they reacted to women when they're rejected. So I respond the same way. If I'm rejected, I take it and I move on. But like women are sitting here talking with their emotions. I understand women speak with their emotions and men speak with logic.
Whoa.
Is that a trigger word?
Yeah, because how is anybody
Because
How's anybody speaking from their emotions?
Because when they're speaking in their sentence, in their context, they're speaking, they're getting angry.
What is the emotions? Can you explain when somebody spoke in their emotions? This woman right here says, hold on. She says, I had a man spit in my face when I didn't want to talk to them. Is she speaking out of her emotions?
No, she's not. At that point, she's not. No, at that exactly point, she wasn't.
Who on this panel is speaking out of their emotions, sir?
When a person spoke about, I have a vagina and he has a penis and we operate different. Yes, of course we operate different. Because I don't.
But
How
isn't
is
that
that?
fact?
Hold on, that's a fact. That's not out of emotion.
But in the context he said it, it was like we have a vagina, so we're softer to the touch. It's a bunch of
That's not
soft
what I
men out here.
said. Sir, that's not what I said.
Sir,
no, you said they don't understand how we were raised.
No, that's not what I said. But I will be.
We don't have vaginas, so we don't understand how somebody would push so hard to want to have sex with us. We don't have that.
I said
that's what it means, sir.
My exact words were, men do not have vaginas, so you do not constantly have someone coming at you trying to get in your panties. Those are my exact words.
Exact words. What are you talking about? Emotions.
That's not emotion. That's just a fact.
So now you're saying that the young man wanted to get in her panties.
Everybody
he just wanted to follow. He just wanted.
Eventually he was gonna
but we're not.
Hey, everybody, stop talking. Do not entertain the dumb shit he just said. Do not. We just move on. Certain things you got to understand. Whenever a dude say, "So you mean this?" Never respond, because that's the red pill way of trying to back you in a corner. So what you mean is, if a man walks down an alley and you're in an alley too, he's just going to automatically mug you, right? And you're going to like, well, yeah, if I don't have it. Don't answer ever. Do not answer a man who asks you, so you're saying, da-da-da. Just be quiet. Do not answer that shit. That's how they try to set y'all up. Do not answer stupid ass questions like that.
I'm not at all.
We're not answering stupid ass questions, but you can go ahead. But we're not answering dumb ass questions.
Okay. For one, we both have parts that are not the same as the other. But we can't use that part as an excuse of that was his intentions off the bat. He asked for a phone.
Worse, sir. You're speaking out of emotion now.
I'm speaking out of
because we want their vagina.
She's assuming that boy or that guy, I'm gonna call him a boy, wanted her vagina. That's what she's assuming, right?
What else did he want?
Okay. What if he wanted her purse? What if he wanted her cell phone? What if he wanted her phone number, like some girls said earlier, some women said earlier, that if the guy don't give you
his phone number so we can.
So he stabbed her over the phone number or a vagina. Which one is it? Pick one. Or was it her iPhone or her Gucci purse?
You know what?
I'm not trying to start.
This is what we're going.
No, we're logical, but I'm just saying.
That's
but if
not
you,
logic. That's just pure delusion.
but that's what I'm trying to tell you. You said
the question that you asked.
Hey, don't respond to stupid shit. Remember, I said that. If you hear something stupid, do not respond to it. We're just going to keep going. I'm not doing that. We're not doing this. The fuck? We're not doing this.
About the number situation, right? Because if you decide to give me your number, let's just say I'm a creep. Once you give me your number, I'll tell you what I have access to, right? I have access. What happens is I put you in as my contacts. If I put you in as my contacts, what's going to happen is all of the social media platforms are going to push for me to find you, right? Everybody in your contacts, that's what they do. They suggest you. So now I'm going to know where. Don't let me get a hold of your LinkedIn and your Facebook. It's over. Now I know where you live. I know where your friends live, your parents live. I know where your children go to school. So whatever. Don't give them your number. Do not. I would say if you're going to do the fake number thing, just have like a one of those text app numbers, which you can get for free. You can download the app, have them for free. Give them that. It'll ring, because we're in an age where people verify. They will call that number on the spot and then be like, all right, I'm going to call you. Lock me in. So you can't really be faking it and all of that. And lastly, if that's just not an option, like Army 3 said, listen, the Bruin decision in 2022 allows you to practice your 2A rights. Make sure if they get crazy and they want some.
The number one thing I want y'all to know, make sure to know what the gun laws are in your city. Because as a woman, as a man, as a cat, or as a dog, if you pull out a gun and shoot somebody and they don't have a weapon, they're just trying to talk to you, your ass is going to jail, even though you were in the right, just for the record. And shout out to Dwayne Rose. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the other super chat. I appreciate you, Dwayne Rose. Shout out to you.
Smoke, give them fire. It is what it is. I'll leave it there.
All right. Any other gentlemen want to chime in on this?
Yeah, Dub Will Muskeen is like, it ain't.
Oh, hold on. This was the wrong video in the first place.
Of like, what I'm trying to say, I'm gonna make it real simple. I feel like single women who maneuver through life by herself at that time, she really have to be both everything. If she don't have a man, she still have to protect herself. She don't have to be loud and ghetto about it, but she do have to tap into something more than she has to. So I feel like when women have their guard up when dating, I don't feel like they're being like masculine. I just feel like they just being guarded because they trying to get to know who you are. Like she's not gonna say, oh yes, you can come to my house. Like what the fuck? Like a lot of men get mad when I say, hey, I'm not comfortable with you coming to my house and this and that. And like a man was straight up, I tell these stories all the time and I show proof, like men would get upset saying, you so masculine, like that's not polite for you to say. Cause I don't want you to come to my house. That's masculine. As soon as I stand my ground and stand on business on my boundaries, men call us masculine for saying.
All right, so Darren Jenkins, I just dropped a link to join the conversation. So Darren, shout out to Darren. He was on Facebook. He came over and now he's on YouTube. So shout out to you, Darren. Hopefully you can see the StreamYard link. Just hit the link and you can pull up. And if anybody else wants to pull up, you can also. Yeah, the little Mr. Untouchable. That's what I'm saying. These little red pill dudes are weirdos. This man said, so you mean, how do you know he wanted her vagina? He wanted her phone number. I'm like, yo, these dudes are idiots. But I want even the idiots to chime in and share their stupid ass perspectives. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I can say it's stupid, but you still have the ability to, share your perspective. I have no problem with that. Because at the end of the day, some of these niggas is dumb as hell. So Darren, hit the link. I think your name is Darren. And here's Mr. Untouchable. So Darren, where you at? But Mr. Untouchable, I gotta mute you because there's a lot of noise in the background. So
Okay,
just unmute.
no problem.
Okay.
What Trev said is literally some shit that I've heard other people on social media say. And it's this stupid red pill bullshit. And if I'm wrong, it's okay. I'm just.
Hold on. Go. Darren, you got to unmute yourself. And what are your thoughts?
Oh yeah, I didn't want to cut nobody off. How you doing, Mr. Let Go? Hey,
how you doing, bro?
Pretty well. Listening to this conversation, it's a damn shame that we're having this conversation.
Right.
We as men, we present ourselves like kings, and we supposed to be up echelon and leaders and everything like that. But we're comparing ourselves to women and saying, well, why this and why that, and well, why can't we have these same? That makes no sense to me. If you're a king and you're a real man, we need to stay in our lane as men. And if a woman doesn't want to talk to us, that's all right. I don't care about depression. I don't care about what you've been through. It is not that woman's fault, and she's not a punching bag because you're having a bad day. You know what I'm saying? She don't deserve to die because you had a bad childhood. That makes no sense. So, Mr. Untouchable, I respect you as your age, you know what I'm saying, as a fellow black man, but that's foolishness. You know what I'm saying? That is complete foolishness. A woman does not deserve to get hurt or to be in any kind of danger because she doesn't want to talk to you. There's too many people in the world to go talk to for somebody to reject you and you trying to hurt them. Just makes no sense. I got two daughters. I never tell them that, hey, when a man approaches you, you better make sure you act right because, you could lose your life. So you better make sure you talk nice. You better make sure you pat him on his back. They sound crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes no sense.
Make sure you give him a debit card so he can
so he can get his big grown ass and have a life. That makes no sense. I've never heard. We supposed to be the men and we supposed to be our chest out and rah rah. But then we here trying to compare ourselves to women and saying, well, look at the grace they get and look at what they get and look. Come on now, we can't focus on that. We got to focus on ourselves and better ourselves. It's not nobody's fault while we in the position we in. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't understand it. It's frustrating hearing this.
But it's the victimization of black men. The red pill makes black men feel like they're bigger victims than everybody.
I agree.
So now they're running around. But what about me? I don't have a debit card. But what about me?
Yeah, makes no sense. I
didn't want vagina. I just wanted her phone number. What are you talking about?
We all know when we go for a woman's number, we know what the end game is. We're not getting a woman's number so we can go walk in the park for no reason. So let's cut the foolishness out. You know what I'm saying? We all know what his intent was.
And hold on, before anybody says something, I just want to reiterate on what we're talking about. This man stabbed the damn girl and she died. Just for the record.
By a man who tried to flirt with them inside a Brooklyn deli.
A witness on scene says some guys were hanging out at the store, hitting on the group of girls who just walked in.
One of the guys had complimented the two girls that had walked in with their friends, and they said no.
The groups started going back and forth arguing before one of the men walked down the block angrily, according to witnesses. Minutes later, one of the men in his 20s, they say, came banging and kicking on the bodega doors, with the girls still inside. Workers locked the door until he walked away again. When they unlocked the doors, that's when the attack happened.
A guy in all black had girls in her neck and the other in her arm and ran.
Leaving the knife he used right there on scene. Officials expect Samyya's twin sister to be okay.
Mourning the loss of 19-year-old Samyia Spain. Detectives say a man fatally stabbed her outside this bodega on the corner of St. Mark's Place and 4th Avenue in Park Slope early Sunday morning. Pieces of yellow police tape could still be seen left hanging outside the bodega Sunday afternoon, just a few hours after that gruesome attack. According to a witness who did not want to show their face on camera, Spain and her 19-year-old sister rejected a man's advances, which led to an argument. The man allegedly left the store, came back acting erratic. The witness claims to have been at a party with the sisters moments earlier. Cell phone video shows
So this is how it looked in the
what
store.
appears to be a group of people arguing inside the bodega before that stabbing. The two women were taken to a nearby hospital, but sadly, Spain could not be saved. Her sister, who detectives have not identified, is still recovering from her injuries.
Okay, so how do we fix this? I have daughters myself, and I'm just happy that I'm not in no damn New York or no damn Chicago or none of these dumbass cities. My kids have cars and they can just drive to a gas station, and if it's dudes outside, she can just keep driving and drive to another store. But these stupid ass cities, you can't drive a car no goddamn where. You have to walk 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks just to get a goddamn sandwich. And you so goddamn hungry. By the time you get to the sandwich shop that you want to get to, is a bunch of niggas in there. And now you got to make a life decision whether you're going to go back home or walk 4 or 5 other blocks to go in another direction to get another goddamn sandwich where it might be some more niggas at that damn store. Or do you walk back home and just stay hungry? And the shit is terrible. But what are y'all thoughts?
I want to say that it also goes with a man's mentality because um, some men don't never grow up. You can
Yeah,
always lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. Yeah,
right.
it's sometimes how a man was raised, what he was around. At the end of the day, if you have that mentality already in your mind, that's how
Yeah,
you gonna operate forever.
I agree.
So, it all goes back to how their mentality is, where they are, in life and stuff like that. Because, yeah, it's no woman's fault what a man goes through in his personal life and stuff like that. But again, no matter what that man is going through or whatever or went through before, that's that's not a problem. We're not entitled to you because you was beat as a child. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Oh, you ain't got no daddy. Don't nobody gives a
Right,
shit. Keep your hands to
right,
your motherfucking self. Damn weirdo.
exactly.
I think the solution is self accountability. I feel like everybody focus on themselves and build yourself as a woman or man. You know what I'm saying? And drop this sense of entitlement that we have nowadays on I can't be told no. You know what I'm saying? I feel we drop
Yeah.
that. We can be in the right direction. And also, for the next generation, I don't know if you have sons, but I have 2, with 3. Just raise them correctly. From the knowledge we have now, we raise them correctly so they can be better men going into the world. Because some of these men is no hope. Some of these men, if you add the red pill community, if you add this sensitive victim mentality, if you add all that, it's no hope for some of these people. You know what I'm saying? So our best bet is to raise our sons to make sure when they get grown, they not in these situations with this weak ass mindset of woe is me and somebody come save me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, somebody says the guy felt the need to teach her a lesson because how dare she turn him down? Yeah,
That's
it's
disgusting. That's disgusting.
disgusting.
That's disgusting.
I had a question.
Uh-huh.
I actually had one for the other guy who left, and maybe another man can answer because he made the statement that because men are not raised with their father and because they experience so much and there's no outlet and they're broke and can't afford, like you said, a debit card, they can't afford anything, and that's why they're so angry. So
And
if
there's
these, yeah, so would it be safe to say that these men do not need to participate in society because they are dangerous?
yes, I would say for any of these little low lifes, for them to go live in the woods and eat tree sap off of trees. Um, I literally think that we have to, because when there's a sign of a problem, like we actually are close to having drones just flying over our heads, where the second you do some dumb shit, the drone identifies you as a problem and they get rid of your ass, whether it picks you up or whether it shoots you in the back of the neck on some shit, and get them out of here. That's how I feel. We
Yeah.
need to have drones flying all over, especially in New York, in front of these goddamn bodegas. We need drones flying over everybody's head. You do some stupid shit, it's going to shoot you in the back of the neck with some shit, and your ass is out of here. Throw you in the dumpster and get you out of here.
I agree. And nobody got time. I don't want to hear I was raised with a single mother. I don't want to hear none of that, because everybody got a story. Everybody got
Right.
circumstances. That don't make you no worse or no better than the next person. It's on you to take that
Right.
accountability and handle your business.
Right. And
If
it's
your
that
mom was
mentality.
exactly,
It's
you
that
got to have that
mentality.
strong
Yep.
mentality. I don't want to hear that. Oh, my mom was an alcoholic, it's gonna be alcoholic. I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't want to hear
Yep. Because
that.
that's weak. That's very
Yeah.
weak.
And
That's
I
very
Change
saw
your
weak-minded.
mindset.
Because what I gotta say to that person is fuck you and your little stupid mama that didn't give you no daddy.
I
Exactly.
know that's right. That was because she dropped you off to grandma, and the only woman that you love is your damn grandma, and she ain't here no more. So hey,
Right.
that's your business. The same thing, but it's so crazy because I guess I've been around men that always get women. So that's why I feel like the disconnect be when it comes down to these men, because a lot of men be hating on each other. And I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of
Amen.
red
Yep.
pill men, they don't like the futures, and they be hating on men like that because they always got pussy. And I feel
Yeah.
like most of the men, just like I'm looking in the comments, like the Toon dude, he got a cartoon as his picture. He ain't getting no pussy. He
He's an
come in
incel.
here. Yeah, he a red pill dude that's not getting no women, don't know how to talk to women, ain't never gonna get a woman. And he don't have nothing else to do. Because most men that get women and know how to get women, they know how to talk to a woman. They smooth like that. And they move on to the next. When men act like that, they don't have a pick of the litter. They don't
Mm-hmm.
have options. They
Yep.
Yeah.
gotta get what they can get. Man, if a woman turn them down, they probably won't get another woman to approach them for another month.
And
Yep.
if
And then the
That's
they
ones
don't,
why.
that get and then the ones that
go
get
ahead.
women are called simps. Oh, you're a simp. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they get mad with the men that
Yep.
can get a woman. A man, you got men that'll walk in a room and women will flock to them. Do you hear me? You got
Mm-hmm.
men that don't have no issue getting a woman. And I feel like the real issue is that men are upset about that. A lot of men are upset because that's why they talk about the Pookies and the Ray Rays. Men that don't have no job, but they can go and lay up in another woman's bed because they can get a woman because they know how to talk to a woman. I feel like that is a part of the issue too. A lot of men be hating, even in friend groups. You always gonna have that
Mm-hmm.
man
Yep.
that will hate on the next man because he in the section getting all the women. Deep down, that man be hating on his own friend because he getting women he ain't.
Mhm.
Yep.
And
That's the
then
men that have the bad aura. You
Right,
have
he
a
got to
bad
get the
aura
ugly
about yourself.
friend. He got
Yep.
to get the ugly friend at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
That
then
is
Mr. Let
true.
Go. And then Mr.
Yeah.
Let Go. The problem is nowadays is all these clowns got mics now. They got mics and cameras. So what they
Yeah.
do is they get together and they sit on panels and they talk stupid about, what I'm saying, woe was me and woe was me. Before, when it wasn't all this social media, they couldn't, combine together like they Voltron. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? and
Yeah.
all this and spew this little lame shit they have going on. So that's
Yeah.
another problem too. You know what I'm saying? That everything's so accessible when it comes to nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So
And that's a problem is cornball Voltron. That's
exactly. They form together. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it's like incel Voltron.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
fucking disgusting. And it boils over to the little young boys out in the street, because like the other guy, Unstoppable or whatever the hell his name is. Shout out to you. I ain't saying nothing bad about you. I appreciate you coming up to the show. Untouchable, something he said. But he was just like, these young boys don't have debit cards and stuff. I didn't have a debit card when I was a young boy. I did okay. Like I don't understand. Why do you need a damn debit card? Like you can go to any gym, go play basketball. You can do things. You ain't got to be sitting around, just staring at women and getting mad at women. Not go add something to your athleticism. Learn how to dribble, learn how to throw a football, learn how to shoot pool.
Exactly.
Go to a pool hall, learn how to shoot pool. It's so many different things that a young boy can do that will help him just be smarter or better or have more swag. Like go punch on a punching bag, go to a gym. Like it's so many different things, young boys. Go lift some weights. It's
exactly. As a man, the way to attract women is to build yourself. When women notice energy. They notice when you walk into a room and you feel that room without saying a word. If you build yourself as a man, they will come to you. That's the secret behind it. All this keep pandering to women. Let me pander to women. No, you build yourself, and they will see that. They will be more attracted to you based off that alone.
That is true. That is true. And like another young lady said, men who get women do not have these issues. They don't sit on podcasts whining and crying about women and submission all day. But I will say, I'm gonna actually I would make a suggestion for this problem to answer your question. Just how they did it in my hometown in Detroit. There was so much crime going on, especially with women. It was a group of men who actually started a program to protect women, and they would go to gas stations at night and pump women's gas because of all the assaults that were happening from men to women, for all the people saying that women are lying. So if men had to create a program for this, then clearly there's an issue, something that's going on. So ultimately, I think it's going to take men to help other men to stop being so violent.
That's a great idea. I remember that they were standing outside with AR-15s and stuff. I remember that. And I don't know if y'all ever heard of the NFAC. NFAC. I was a part of that, and that's what we were actually doing. And it was really helpful. And of course, it just ended because Black people can't just work together without something stupid happening. So the leader of the NFAC ended up getting arrested simply because they charged him for aiming at a police officer. Because when we would go to cities, this is a real life thing. When we would go to cities, they would we would literally be out having no problem, mommy 3. We would be out with AR-15s, and we'll be marching down the street, and we were there to protect women, protect the community or whatever. And they tricked the man in the trick bag, and the man ended up going to prison. So yeah, that's something that I was actually a part of, and we literally did that on a normal basis. We'll go to different cities. We did it in Atlanta. If anybody has ever heard of the NFAC, and when they was in your city, when we were in your city with AR-15s marching down the middle of your street, let me know. But yeah, we did that for a while, and then the leader ended up getting locked up. He's in prison now, and he ain't even did nothing. He's in prison because he put together a tactical squad that actually was helping Black people. And one part of it was you can't join unless you're Black. Only Black people can join, and white people didn't like that. But let me go back to this video, man. It's
on social media say.
So this is when I got sick of Trev saying dumb shit.
What Trev said is literally some shit that I've heard other people on social media say. And it's this stupid red pill bullshit.
And everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Hold on. Actually, before I play this, I need to play a commercial.
At a coffee shop and play this fun dating. Hey, how about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group.
So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend,
Candidate.
a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
They
they're,
ain't
like,
gonna get
really
wore out.
durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
And y'all know what? I think in my next iteration, because I got my card games right here. One thing I want to help protect women from is this stupid red pill shit. So buy a card game, and this card game, by just asking these questions, you'll be able to see if the dude you're dating is a cornball red pill person. So ladies, if this ain't about going to a gas station or whatever, but your boyfriend may be one of these cornball red pill people. So just keep this in mind. You need as many tools as you possibly can to protect you from these cornballs. So a guy that takes you out on a date, that's a gentleman, it would behoove you to play this card game with him before y'all get too close, because he may actually be a covert red pill cornball. So buy this card game to protect you from potentially being with one of these weirdos. So I'm just saying, all I could do is protect you in a satellite standpoint by giving you a product where you can have in your own house. Because I can't come in your house and protect you. But I'm just saying, it's really bad out here. But now let's go to this video.
If I'm wrong, it's okay. I'm just going by hearing what you said, and I've heard this from red pill people at least 10 freaking times. And it's just sad where a lot of you guys, and I'm not just talking about you, Trail, but you said it. You somebody that said it. So, well, a lot of you guys, y'all literally don't even think or hear or listen. Y'all just spit out this stupid red pill bullshit every time a woman says something. On the last stream, literally said it's a lot of work to literally tell a man that I got a boyfriend. A man literally followed Mommy 3 to a car. She had to pull out a gun. You think that's feminine? And you're going to sit here and say, well, you need to be feminine all the time. She had to pull out a goddamn gun to tell a man she don't want his number. And regardless of where you are, in a lot of these cities, you got to walk, right? In Atlanta, we don't really walk nowhere. But the thing about it is, you can't just turn around and say, well, if I'm a man and I'm just going to be feminine, it just sounds stupid, because it's like you literally did not listen to anything the women said, and you just spitting out some stupid shit that you've seen on a damn post, and it's actually disrespectful because it shows the ladies that you didn't hear shit they got them said. The shit that women got to go through is a lot. And it's like being in the back of a crowd and you got to get to the front of a crowd for whatever reason, right? You can't just be like, excuse me. You're just going to get pushed back. You got to be like, yo, I got to get through. As a woman, you could be small and dating, but you got to be like, excuse me. You got to get to the front of the crowd to get whatever you need to get, or you ain't going to fucking get whatever it is that you need. So as a woman, at some point, you got to push, shove, talk loud, get aggressive, grunt, or whatever it is you need to do in order to get your point across. Pull out a gun like Mommy 3. It ain't no, be feminine all the time. And then you literally said, I don't understand where y'all be at. It don't fucking matter where they be at. It can happen anywhere. You could be going to the gas station, some random dude like, hey, come here, and grab your arm. You gotta be like, nigga, hey. You think, no, get away from me. So it's kind of stupid and ignorant. And it's the reason why I hate this red pill bullshit. because it literally hurts, misleads, and it literally poisons Black men to actually ignore what women actually have to go through. Now, Mr. Leto, can you educate?
So Yoselin, I'm about to go, but what are your thoughts on all of this, just all
I
together?
have to say that, I mean, just real quick, what you said, you were
Mhm.
right. Somebody has to be the man, because
Mhm.
clearly you're not accepting rejection. So now I gotta, now I'm gonna become a man with you. Now I'm gonna step out of my femininity, and I'm gonna have to be masculine with you because you don't understand the word no.
Yeah.
This whole situation is messed up. I mean, condolences to that girl and her family. I pray every day because I have a daughter. I have a 15-year-old daughter, and I pray every day for my safety, for my own safety, and for her safety on a daily basis. Because in my city right now, things are happening all hours of the day, the
Yeah.
daytime, the nighttime, no matter what. But I just pray that he gets caught and that nothing else happens to anybody else. And it's just tragic. It's just a tragic situation.
Yeah. And I appreciate you coming up. And
Thank you
everybody
for
else,
having
I
me.
appreciate y'all coming up because I wanted this to be a conversation with everybody and not just me just talking to the audience, because
Mhm.
I wanted to just see what y'all go through, because this is a real life thing. Social media is fake for a lot of people. People just get on here and just talk or whatever, but it's real to me. I know real people. I spend time with people. I hang out with people. I go to different cities or whatever. And I always want to know, like, how people experience the opposite sex in their city. So I appreciate you coming up.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm out. Anybody that wanted to come up, like, I'll probably do another show either this evening or tomorrow or whatever. But thank you to everybody that pulled up and everybody that's in the chat or whatever. And don't forget to buy my Deep Discussions card game. And I got another card game coming around the corner too. So, and if
Yep,
I can
I'm about to go buy me one.
are you about to buy one? Oh, I appreciate
Yeah.
you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But yeah, the link is right here. The link is over this video on Facebook. The link is under the video on YouTube. The link is pinned in the chat. So anybody that is chatting, they can buy the card game or whatever. But if I can find a way to help women protect themselves, like, I don't know what I can come up with, I definitely will do it, because that's what I'm here to do. Help men and women protect themselves from the opposite sex in order to be able to operate alongside the opposite sex. So, because sometimes men are dangerous and women are dangerous, and sometimes we are loving and caring, so it just is what it is. A tactical training class. That's a good idea, Cookie. But, an online tactical training class. That's a good idea, Cookie. That's a good thought. That might be something that can work. We could just have an online tactical training class like every Wednesday or something like that. Good idea. Okay. Okay. I like that. I like that. But I am finna go, and y'all have a good rest of y'all day. And if y'all got any questions or anything that y'all want me to talk about, y'all know to DM me. My Instagram is right here. Just send me a post or whatever, and I'll touch on it. And thank y'all for being here. Talk to y'all later.
How about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play deeper discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper discussions dating edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend,
Candidate.
a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
They ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.